was lucky enough to actually be looked at, and I went and flew with the Air Force One guys. They went ahead and selected me to be one of their augmentees, so I started out as a co-pilot with Air Force One and slowly worked my way up to select the presidential pilot at the White House Military Office. They go ahead and put together a package from the Air Force. The Air Force provides names to the White House, and then the White House makes the decision. So I was selected when the Bush administration came into office to go ahead and be the 12th presidential pilot under President Bush. On September 11th, we went ahead and had planned to take the president back to Washington, D.C. As we're sitting in Sarasota, Florida, we could see everything unfolding on television. The first plane that hits the tower, then you can see the second plane hit the tower, and then the staff starts getting into gear advising the president what is going on. I have to assume the worst. I assumed the president was about to be under attack, so we got everything ready at the plane. There's numerous emergency action plans to take care of the president, so we had to go ahead and start putting those plans into effect to make sure that everybody was ready to accept the president and get him where he needed to go. You had to assume that anything that you were told was an actual threat against the president. Simple things. Man at the end of the runway with a video camera. Couldn't tell what he was or why he was there, but he came at the last second, so we just had to assume that it was some kind of plot against the president. So we countered it by taking off opposite direction, climbing steep above the gentleman, and getting out of Sarasota rather quickly. Not really sure what the plan was, so at that point we started heading out into the Gulf of Mexico to make sure we could keep him safe. My thought process throughout the whole thing was to get him to an Air Force base with high security. We could land and I could have all the capabilities I ever needed. On Air Force One, he had all his top leadership with him, so he had the ability to connect with any of the military leadership, which he did. Everything was on board, self-contained package, so he could make a lot of great decisions on board, and that's what he was doing. He wasn't running scared. He was making great decisions for the country. Our job on Air Force One was to go ahead and make sure the package on the ground was ready to take him, keep him secure, hand him off to Marine One, and then go ahead and keep our aircraft and people secure as well. Everything I did, I know that I'm getting a lot of credit for things that occurred on Air Force One, but it wasn't me. You know, it was leading a group of people. There were 300 folks that worked Air Force One, but more important, there were thousands of military that supported us day in, day out that kept the president safe. That you know, they're the ones that should be getting a big pat on the back and the big hug, because they did everything perfect to make it look seamless for all of us.